It's hard to believe it's that long ago. I mean, it seems like, a few years just that I was first come up with the idea. It actually went back a couple of years before that. I wrote the first draft of Cert the Freak about 2.5 years before it was published. That goes back to mid-1997, so it's been about 12 years for me, and it's just flown by. It's been an incredible journey. I loved doing it, so it's great to see that the books... No, I always have to be very diplomatic when it comes to the books. What I've found talking to fans is it very much seems to depend on which you read first. Fans who read the vampire books first tend to quote those as their favourites, whereas those who come on board with Demonata tend to prefer those. So I think it's very much which one you came in with first. For me, I like them both for different reasons. I think with the saga of Darren Shan, it's a warmer series. You get closer to the characters. Because there's only one narrator, you spend more time with a smaller group of characters. Whereas in the Demonata, there are 3 narrators. It's much more episodic, the structure of the series. But I like the intricacy of the Demonata as well. So I like them both. Dark Calling is a crucial book to the series. I mean, in each book, you've seen a little bit of the overall story. One of the things with Demonata is each book has been standalone. Each book tells its own story, but they also link up as the series goes along, and you get to see the overall story appearing throughout the course of the series. Book 9 is really where everything clicks together, and you see how it all started, the war between demons and humanity, how it all began, the role that the 3 narrators actually play in the overall story. It's a very, very important, quite as fast-paced as some of the other books in the series, although it does have a killer of an ending. But yeah, no, it's a book I really enjoyed writing, and it sets up the 10th book really, really well. Book 10 is wall-to-wall action. From start to finish, there's betrayal, there's deception, there's a big showdown. It's all leading up, of course, to the end of the world, so the question's there, will mankind be defeated? Will they manage to overcome the demons? There's some huge twists there. So book 9 is all about setting that up. So yeah, it's a double whammy, which I think will leave fans very, very happy when they pick themselves up off the floor in October. Well, I'm not going to be taking any time off, fans will be pleased to know. Next year we've got 2 books coming out. One is a fantasy book, which will be coming out early next year or middle of the year. And then next October I shall be launched into the first book of a 4-book series, all about a certain orange-haired vampire, who some fans might be familiar with from the saga of Darren Shan. Yeah, the first, the Cert the Freak manga, the first one comes out in June. I love the manga. The manga is something I've been, I wouldn't say closely involved with, but I was involved with it. The manga was actually done in Japan originally a few years ago, and I helped pick the manga artist who did it. I was involved a little bit in the first one in helping directing the style that he's going to tell the story in. I've been involved in the translation back into English, because obviously it was translated to Japanese first, and now when it was translated back into English, I sort of went through and just tidied up a few loose ends. I think the manga's great. I think the artist, he was a young guy, he was only I think 21, 22 when he first started, and he really brought a great storytelling sense to it. It flows really smoothly, the characters look amazing. I just think it's brilliant. I've never read one of my own books. I'll spend 2 or 3 years working on each individual book, so I've never sat down at the end of the process and read through it, because I think you'd have to be very narcissistic to want to do that. But with the manga, I'm able to read it almost as the work of somebody else. So I've been able to enjoy my own stories for the first time, because they've been told back to me through somebody else's eyes, and I've had a blast with the manga. I think the second book in the series, Vampire's Assistant, actually works better as a manga than it did in the book format. So I've loved it. The telling of it's an exciting time for me as well. So I hope fans will enjoy it. I think they will.